Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my little wee studio. I'm looking forward to getting back down to a point in the lockdown where we can get back in here and do some more work with you. Obviously, at the moment, I'm just here by myself and going to share with you one of my favorite sort of golfing trick tips, secret hacks that we can use. It is the coat hanger drill. Now, it's an amazing tool, very affordable. It works pretty similar to that spoon drill I've done another video of, but basically it's all about using the coat hanger to develop some wrist position awareness, and thus if we change where the wrists are, if we get control over this wrist, we're changing the club face quite a bit, as you can see there. So what we're trying to do is create some awareness of the wrist. Now this particular video is obviously aimed towards one of my clients that has an issue with from the top. Some of you might resonate with this slight issue if you have a tendency to slice the golf ball from the top. He gets here and his first action is to get the hands going straight at the golf ball, and he keeps all the cup in his lead wrist, and that which keeps the face open. And he hits these shots that can start straight and slice a little bit, don't go anywhere near the distance he deserves for the speed he's swinging in the golf club. Like that there, 9-iron with that wrist condition at 70 mile an hour goes 70 meters. Terrible. Very frustrating for the golfer. Or alternatively, from here, when he does that same action and he doesn't want to slice it anymore, he flips his hands through impact, and then the ball goes a little further, but pretty much left. Not very predictable, and can't really use your body hitting the golf shot like that. So what the coat hanger does and how we set it up, being on the right hand side of the grip, so that when you're holding it on your handle there'll be a little gap there between the coat hanger and your lead wrist, and it'll be pretty much in the middle. As you're going back, you're trying to get this feeling of allowing it, as you go back, allowing it to push up against your lead wrist, which creates a lovely flat lead wrist condition. Obviously, I'm not suggesting necessarily pushing it out of the way and getting bowed. Just flat is fine. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you're doing this, if you are a slicer of the golf ball, is that you won't slice it anymore. It's pretty much one of the best anti-slice actions you can get. So you get up, feel like it's on that forearm there, and if you were to swing left, keeping on that forearm without too much body rotation, you're going to hit it straight left. You're going to not slice the golf ball in at all. So it's the number one step towards eliminating a slice, is not taking your driver and adjusting it to more heel weight and closing the face. It's getting some idea of your wrist conditions. So when you get to the top there, you're going to have it there, and you're going to keep this feeling of it staying there. So we're up, it's on that lead wrist, and then from there, you can swing through. If you have no idea of swing path yet, no idea of swing direction, you're going to hit the ball a little bit left, especially if you are an over-the-topper. If that makes any sense. So once you get up here, you can see it could be a lovely, lovely flat lead wrist. It could be even a little bit bowed. If you're cupped, it's going to feel very strange. But even then, if I swing across the golf ball, it's just going to be straight left. I've got two options from there. Once I've succeeded in eliminating my slice, I've got two options. I can either turn my body quicker and then become a functional fader. And if you're athletic enough and you're able to generate enough club speed, like a Dustin Johnson, a John Rahm, JT, Victor Hoffman, just pretty much almost all the best players out there now, Brooks Koepka, they get up here, they bow that wrist as they shut the face, and then from there you can just turn as fast and as hard as your body can. You're not going from here, you're not going to hook it, you're not going to slice it. The ball's going to start a little left, and the faster you rotate, the more it's going to fade back. So if you can generate high speed, it's a great way to play golf. And you eliminate the hook, and you eliminate a block. Now, for a lot of players hitting big push draws that carry excessive distances, and they struggle with distance control, and this is not the average golfer. The average golfer is a guy that just love to hit it, get it falling left, hit it a little further. That's if you're an elite player, high speed player, that's a great way to play though. Get it up in front, rotate out of the way, it's going to start left, it's going to fall right, can't hook it, can't block it, you can play under pressure all day. If you're learning golf and you're just trying to get the ball to go a little further and a little straighter and not slice it, so that's good action there. And up in front, flat lead rest, just rotate, boom, job done, all on plane. Can't hook it, can't slice it, it's just a little baby fade. If you want to hit it a little bit further, or you want to hit that draw, or at this point in time for this particular client, you want to stop coming over the top, get that lead rest and get used to the concept of either swinging out to the right or at least twisting your body a little bit to the right and encouraging yourself to swing out there. Because if you get that flat rest there and you swing right, the ball's going to start a little bit right, but guess what's going to happen? It's going to curve back left. Suddenly you're going to get a lot more ball speed and a lot more carry for not much more effort at all. The fade action that's shut there and rotating fast, if you're quick enough and you're fast enough, you want to have the consistency in spin, distance control, because you've got so much. But if you haven't got a lot to give, then having a little bit more of a shut face, kind of almost a push or almost like a straight, almost a pull draw, you're getting that face close to the path, you're going to get a huge amount of ball speed to club speed ratio from pretty much all your clubs. And it becomes very, very functional way for an older player or the average human who isn't hyper flexible to go ahead and play. So you can literally aim a little right, get the hanger on that forearm, and then swing out towards the target or swing right at the target. It's going to start a little right and draw a little left. And both these options here, I have not mentioned straight, because to hit it straight is it's very unpredictable, very hard to do, and it takes way too much practice than me or you have. If you wanted to hit it straight, you'd have to learn to kind of match kind of the draw feel up with a fade follow through, and that's for the average golfer. I don't think it's really worth worrying too much about. But if you can get used to, number one, if you're a slicer, or if you want to eliminate firstly, if you're a slicer, get this feeling here, get that up on there, and then from there you obviously gonna hit a couple left. First, get that feeling, that's number one. And then from there, once you've accomplished that task, you've eliminated your slice, you've gained some distance, choice, then you have options of swinging out to the right, because you'll want to swing right because the ball's going left. Awesome. You're not going to want to swing out to the right and change your path if the ball's going right. First, get this face sorted, then you can change your swing direction to be like, oh, okay, cool, I don't slice anymore now, I can swing out to the right, and then you can hit these nice little baby draws. And then obviously if you're a high speed player, that ball's going to hook a lot more than that. And then you'll be like, oh man, I'm overdrawing the golf ball, which is a problem for pretty much guys playing single figure golfer or low single figure golfer. If you're in that issue there and you're like, I'm getting too stuck, to this, to that, then you can go about the process of going here, and instead of swinging so much to the right, you can start to neutralize things, and you can start to feel like you're almost swinging more to the left, and then you can obviously hit a little baby fade as an option. All right, so those are kind of the different things to understand. I've probably gone way too complex here, but understanding what your risk conditions are going to be to match them up with the ball flight that you want, which is obviously going to be controlled by your lead arm and how you're moving your body, you can really become very predictable on what your golf ball is going to do before you hit it, which is nice. You can stand there and go, okay, I want the ball to draw, so I need to get my flat lead wrist, swing out to the right, and then you go, okay, well, is it going to draw? Okay, cool, here it comes back. You start to have that predictability in ball flight. And like I said, matching the wrist conditions and the body movement with your body's physical abilities is massively important. If you're not a high-speed player, I wouldn't suggest getting it here and rotating violently, because you can't rotate violently. You haven't got enough speed. And then if you are a very high-speed player, if you wanted to hit it past all your mates, by all means, if you're a high-speed player and you want to hit it very, very far, show off, then by all means, get it here and hit a little straight or a pull draw. You're going to hit it absolute miles. That's the long driver stuff. But for the average Joe, it's the case of matching those things up, understanding that, But the coat hanger itself, there's obviously several training aids. There's a hanger actual thing you can buy. There's the Educator from Tour Striker. There's a bunch of other real cool ones. But if you just start with your basic 50-cent hanger, bit of tape, stick it there, and then you can start to get that feeling of what a flat lead wrist feels like. And if you wanted, like I said, you could be here. But if you start, the more you get that face shut, the more you really need to be able to rotate your body, which is great if you are physically capable of doing so. If you're not, that's not the way forward for you. So it's a case, like I said, of doing that, matching that up with the ball flight that you want, and you're A for away. But for a start, step one, sticky that on there and get some awareness of face. Once you've got some awareness of face, then you have some choice of becoming aware of both swing direction and your path at impact. And then once you've got control of the face and the path, you've got control of what that little white thing is going to do, and you can actually choose what you want it to do before you hit it. All right, get some practice in. I look forward to having your feedback on this one, and hopefully I didn't get too complicated.